Oh, hi there. Cornerstone Press, here at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, is the university's teaching press, where undergraduate students get the opportunity to work in an actual publishing environment.
We publish manuscripts from all over the country in poetry, nonfiction, and short story collection genres.
Unique among publishing houses, Cornerstone Press is staffed entirely by students taking coursework in the English department in publishing. From editing and production through marketing and sales, students play a role in every single facet of a book's publication.
We work in different departments to get manuscripts from authors from all over the country, and then we produce them with the press.
Dan Dietrich began Cornerstone Press in 1984 and ran it for 30 years.
I came to UW-Stevens Point in 1976. After I was here for a couple of years, Mary Croft, who is the person who established the writing lab here at UWSP, offered me the opportunity to take over a course that she was teaching called Editing and Publishing. She would have each student do their own publication, and then they would run off 20 copies, and they would give everybody else in class one, and they would say, whoopee, we've just published something. After I took the class over from her, I did some of the same things. One of the little booklets that students published was a compilation of the graffiti in the bathrooms at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. And while you laugh at that, that's the one publication from that early time of the class that I know of that's in the collection of the Portage County Historical Society. And then I read something about an editing and publishing class being taught at Notre Dame, of all places. So I called up the person who was in charge of the class, and I said, I like your idea for your class, may I steal it? And she, of course, said, sure, go ahead. So I took the class, and after that, that's the way we did ours. We were fortunate in that in Stevens Point we have a publishing company, Orzala, which was kind enough to usually enable us to publish our books through them, at least 500 or 1,000 copies of a book, and they wouldn't charge us for that. We published nonfiction, we published fiction, we published murder mysteries, we published all sorts of things. But again, it was the students who did it. The students would bring the idea in, the students would decide whether they wanted to publish that kind of book, then they would work on it. What has happened with Professor Tangadal is that he is now publishing not one book a year, but many books a year. And he's doing a fine job. The quality of his books are excellent. I'm delighted that Professor Tangadal has done this and has made such a success of the class. It is wonderful that he has taken it to the next level.
Undergraduates at the university get the opportunity to work in all departments of the Cornerstone Press, from editorial and sales all the way through production and marketing.
In the classes, we evaluate a lot of different books, and we kind of see how different genres work and how they are effectively produced, and then we use that knowledge to then take it to the press and use that for our own titles and work on them that way.
In our publishing classes, we talk about the editorial process, the design process, and all the working parts that goes into publishing a book.
We have the production team, the editorial team, the sales team, and then the media team. Production works with the authors to create their cover design. Editorial works to get their manuscript as polished as we can. Sales team works to sell our books at different events. Media publicizes the press and all the titles that we make.
Authors from all over the United States send in their manuscripts in many of our different genres, poetry, short story, nonfiction, and students assist in the acquisition process. Students will work on that manuscript all the way through to the very end. So that means editing with many copy editors and content editors will work directly with authors to make their manuscript the best that it can be. Our production team will work with authors on cover designs to create the best cover for the book possible. And then once those two items have been put together and the layout has been created, that book is put out into the world. Students get the opportunity to see the books that they work on published. And as an extra benefit, all staff members who work on every Cornerstone Press book get their names listed in the beginning of the book.
I think it's very rewarding getting to see a book from the beginning of the process to the end of it. And it's also just really nice to be able to step into the career a little bit and see what we would do day to day as opposed to just learning about it. We get to actually do it.
I have always loved books. Now that I am involved in the industry, it gives me a different look on books, but it also gives me a greater appreciation for it. It has made me realize that I am in the right path. I've done something memorable with my time here at UWSP.
I like that we're making books that are going to be lasting. They're not just a project that you submit and then never see again. You see it all kind of come together. So it's just like a exciting and rewarding field. It brings a whole new level of appreciation for books and reading.
All the students who have gone through Cornerstone Press in the past 40 years, I congratulate you on an amazing accomplishment, an accomplishment a lot of people couldn't have pulled off. You have a lot to be proud of. My congratulations also to your professor, who has done a great job of guiding you in this venture. But he knows as well as I do, it was up to you, and you pulled it off. So way to go, congratulations after 40 years of publishing.
We are so grateful to have been able to publish books here at the university for the last 40 years, and we very much look forward to our future. Thank you so much for coming tonight and for supporting the Cornerstone Press here at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point.